Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we've got round 4 of the Zwift Racing League. Now this is a fan favourite. We've got Innsbruckring and this is a scratch race, so no sprints or anything like that, just first one to the end of the race wins. And I was excited, you know, I wanted to do well on this race and I wanted to finish with the front group for hopefully the first time in the Zwift Racing League this season. So I came up with a little plan, okay? And what I thought is using option 3, which is stay with the front group, up the leg snapper. It's basically only 1 minute maximum effort per lap. So in total, that's almost about 3 minutes throughout that entire race. You know, I can do a minute, I can do 1 minute 3 times with a little gap in between. So that's what I really wanted to do. Now, we also had to be clever with the use of the power-ups on this one, and I guess a little bit lucky because the Ghost power-up is going to be absolutely no use to me going up the leg snapper. I need something that's going to help me out. So the good news is, and thankfully, I've got a feather already, which is amazing. So all I'm doing here is sat at the back of the group, just in anticipation of what is going to be the first little effort of the day up the leg snapper. Now, I just wanted to make sure that I put in the maximum amount of power whilst, you know, still trying to save a little bit in reserve for the next 3. But the good thing is I knew what was coming. I knew I had to do this, you know, another couple of times after this one. So here I go, you know, dropping about 600 watts. You know, this was probably the maximum that I could have, you know, done up here. And we're just near the top. And to my surprise, I'm near the front of the group. I felt okay at this point. I mean, my heart rate is pretty high, but that is to be expected on a maximum effort. And I kind of took it easy at the top here and was very surprised that I quite easily stayed with that front group. I was fully expecting to be on the limit there and to get dropped, but I wasn't. The feather definitely helped me, which was really good. Now, I didn't do too much wrong in this race, I thought. This was one of my better races, but one of the little mistakes was I used the aero boost at that point there, just in between the sprint segment and the end of the lap. And unfortunately, I then got an invisibility, which was zero help to me. So now I'm going into this next little leg snapper with no power up at all. So I am mentally preparing myself for what is going to be probably the toughest leg snapper of the 3, because I've got no power up. It's the second lap. I have actually managed to save a little bit of energy sat at the back here. So something I did really well in this race was just literally save energy at the back of the pack. But I really had to do that because it was a real struggle. This 45 to a minute effort is so difficult, but I knew that was basically what the race was all about. This little leg snapper here. So here we go, coming up it for the second time, no power up this time, mentally prepared for it. And here we go. We can see quite a few others are dropping some of their power ups, 700 watts, which is pretty good for me. And once again, I'm kind of towards the front of the group, which is weird, even without a power up. Heart rate is very high now. Like, I've not touched 180 in my heart rate for ages. So this is, you know, I'm definitely struggling. But once again, towards the front of the group, just coming over this little crest here. And I do get a feather power up on this occasion. Now, I was worried that the same thing would happen again. So I didn't actually use this power up at all until the third leg snapper, until the last kind of way round the course, which I think worked quite well for me, because there was no point in taking that gamble again and getting a ghost and being absolutely stitched up on that last one, because I was going to literally need all the help that I could possibly get. But, you know, 26 minutes in here, I'm still with the front group. I'm not feeling terrible. I mean, there was a little bit of an extra kind of push here from a few people. Someone tried to go off the front there, but I'm in relatively good stead. And my aim for just finishing within the top group as high as I possibly can is still there with 1 lap to go, really. So I know I've got pretty much, you know, under 10 minutes at this point left. Just coming over this little kicker here, which, you know, I was actually quite happy with the fact that it did get quite slow in between the leg snapper. Everyone else was obviously feeling it as well. So we're just coming up to the last leg snapper here. I managed to, as you can see on the power chart, get my get quite a bit of rest in, which was good. But I knew it was all going to kick off here again. One of my teammates, Basti, goes up the road there trying to get away, which was a good tactic. But yeah, just going to do my best here. I'm thinking this is it. This is the last time I have to go up this leg snapper. So pop the featherweight, stand up on my bike, and yeah, just really push forward here, trying to do once again as many watts as I can. 600 watts is pretty much top for me, and yeah, towards the front again. So I'm actually really happy. You know, my heart rate's very high, and this was my best time that I've ever done over the leg snapper. I think it was 47 seconds. So I'm super happy with that. I just need to make a little bit of an effort here. I have got a feather, so the feather's going to be no good at the end. So I'm going to use that now just to get back onto this group. But I wasn't too worried about that. As long as I put a little bit of power down here, I knew I was absolutely going to be fine. So here we are. I have made the final group. Surely, you know, surely this is going to be my best result. This is the first time I've ever done this, or especially this season. You know, I didn't manage to do it in race 1 or race 2. But here we are with a mile or 1.4 miles to go. I'm sort of there or thereabouts. Now I just need a good power up here to give myself the chance of a great result. And there you go. It's a ghost. So unfortunately, that is no help to me at all, because I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm not strong enough to whiz away under the radar. Although I do give it a little go, but it's pretty embarrassing, my effort that I've got here, because everyone is kind of doing the same sort of thing. So yeah, I'm just going to drop the ghost in just a second and make my attack. But as you can see, others are already doing that, so it's a little bit late for that. So I'm thinking, right, I can still get a good result here. I just need to, you know, put in a maximum effort. That ghost felt like it lasted for 2 seconds. You got a couple with aero power-ups up the road. So I'm 14th at the moment. I could really want to stay as high up as I possibly can. I am literally putting everything into this. I felt like I was going to explode. Unfortunately, though, I just get pipped to the line by a couple here. But still, a good result. You know, I finished with the first group for the first time in this season. I finished second out of our guys, which I was pretty happy with. And I did a good job of rest and recover. So my watts weren't that high for the whole race. My normalised power was, which you'll see in just a second. So we finished overall as a team 4th for the bidons, which is cool. So we've still got a good chance to finish in the top 3, but there were some great performances out there as well from some of the other teams. So kudos to them. And yeah, my Zwift power up here. So my normalised power was, you know, near enough 300 watts, which I was super happy with. So congrats to all the winners there. It was a really tough race, really enjoyable. Loved that one. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you on the next one.